you're going to put the loop in the middle of your wrist. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your ropes and you're going to rotate it twice forward, in my case. Got a thick enough rope. Yeah, I can do it. And twice back. So a different one. So one goes forward, one goes back. Making sure that they are parallel to one another. Do not cross the ropes. There's a term, it's called rolling your rope. Do not roll your rope, which means going over itself. You want nice parallel lines. I'm going to check my fist distance. We're a little wide, so I'm going to tighten that a little bit. How dare you? No, reason why this is a nice feel is because when you roll the rope, you can often have a pressure point made by that rolled rope, and no matter how skillful your tie is, sometimes you'll get points of pressure depending on the type of tie and how you strain against them. That can be annoying to the person being tied. And so when you have parallel lines, it distributes the weight over the entire wrist. So what you do now is you take your rope from the bottom, right here, the two ropes, and you're going to rotate it 90 degrees like it's a package. So you're just going to rotate it 90 degrees, then you're going to bring both ropes up and bring those over the top, both at the same time in opposite directions. That's key, in opposite directions. Okay? Now something to take note of. When I was bringing this through, you saw the tail of the rope sort of fling up. And here's a little side note. See, Madison's a professional, okay? So Madison knows better. But most would be like, this is really interesting. And so the bottom wants to look at what you're doing. And so they're like beelining what you're doing. Madison probably says she's like up because she knows the camera's looking at her. And so, but if you're in your bedroom, you don't care about cameras. And so you're like, this is really interesting. And the rope will smack you in your face. Every single time. And I tell you, if you are ever curious where your face is, just tie someone's wrists and you'll find their face. The thing to add, if anytime you smack someone in the face, anytime you smack them in the face, this is what you do. You look at them hardcore and you say, let that be a lesson to you. Just put it on them. Just be the bulldozer of lack of ownership. You have no ownership. It's all about the person you're tying. No, I'm just joking. And exactly. I'm just joking. You do not do that. You can't do that. It's funny, but you only get away with it once. The point being is that you will smack your partner in the face, accidentally or otherwise. And so what you want to do when you're coming around, if you choose to bring the rope through, slow down. Number one. Number two, you can also cradle the outside. You can put a cage around it with your fingers. So that when you bring it around, you're only smacking your hand. Number three, and this is what you'll all want to do if you have a lot of rope, is you take your rope, you bundle it, and you pass the bundle. No, it's skillful. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to wrap each side of the rope until you meet the wrists. Comfortably. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the right side, or facing, depending on how you're working this, or left side. You're going to wrap the rope around your wrist, around your hand, just like such, and then that is going to wrap towards the wrist. Okay? When you get to the end of the wrist, you stop there, and then I'll show you how to tie it off. We'll go there. You go in, I got your butt. So good. Sound. That's the double punch. Remember that. You'll feel the double knuckle. Now to finish this tie off, all you need to do is take out the last, go ahead and let this be a little longer. You take out the last loop like such. So whack, it's really easy. Take this, you take the rope, and you go from the inside towards the wrist. That is it. Nothing more complex than that. You do this towards the wrist. You do the same thing for the other side. You make a loop. With that last loop, you pull it out, just like such. This rope goes from the inside towards the, for the bunt. By the way, she has a very nice bunt. I don't know if you noticed. But you go from the inside towards the wrist. Okay? Now, when you do that, you're going to see that you've got rope on the top and you've got rope on the bottom, and that is a good thing.